7 million new people under the age of 30 bought homes when Donald Trump was president.
Woohoo!
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's great. I love homes.
Yes, good. Now it is harder than ever to buy a home. When Donald Trump was president, interest rates were 2%. Now they are upwards of 10%.
Wasn't that also partially caused by COVID? I'm not a professional on this.
No, it's fine. Yes, of course it was partially COVID, but the point, a lot of it was bounce back. Donald Trump oversaw the greatest economy in American history for people our age. So yes, but to ask the question of deregulation, he got rid of 5 regulations for every 1 new regulation that he put in.
Okay.
And a lot of it is just paperwork. It's stuff that would drive you insane. Let me actually, so here's a good example. I'm guessing you have student loans, right? FAFSA? No, you don't have student loans?
Not yet. I'm a freshman, so.
Well, how are you paying for college?
I mean, I don't have. I have FAFSA money.
Okay, that's a student loan, right?
Well, it's a grant, so I don't have to pay it
Okay,
back.
so I'm paying for your college.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well,
so,
and when I graduate, I'll be paying.
So got it. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
my parents are too.
That's fine. Okay.
Well,
that's fine. I'm not insulting. It's fine. It's okay. I hope you learn a lot. It's OPM. Other
Just
people's
make
money.
the dig. Yeah.
No, it's fine. But no. So when you were filling out those forms, was there ever a time where you felt a little exhaustive and it was like a little duplicative?
No, the forms this year were actually really good. They were. For me, it was pretty good.
Does anyone sympathize with the amount of forms you guys have to fill out?
I mean, if anybody here is your supporter, they're gonna agree with you. But yeah.
Well, no, it's just a matter of like observing reality, right? Let me get to the point, which is important. Okay. So the financial crisis comes. They say it was deregulation.
Sure.
So we have thousands of pages. So if you guys want to go buy a home, you know this. You have to sign hundreds of pieces of paper, okay? And your parents can tell you hundreds of pieces of paper. So a small bank, let's say like the Bank of Madison.
Yeah.
They have like 15 employees.
Sure.
So when they have to fill out pieces of paper, that is time, energy that they can't afford. JP Morgan is a multi-trillion-dollar company. For them, extra pieces of paper is nothing. So who does regulation hurt more? The local Bank of Madison, Wisconsin, or JP Morgan?
But are you not cherry picking like what regulation is? Like I'm talking about environmental regulation.
I've already told you. So you have a very specific, narrow view of regulation.
No, I'm asking you about a specific type of
I've already
regulation.
told you on the environmental side. But let me be very clear.
That you're
most
pro
regulation is
regulation.
You know, most regulation is paperwork, right?
Sure.
You should go read the National Registry. I encourage you guys to do it. It is millions and millions of pages of unnecessary things that have to be notarized, and a lawyer has to sign it, and then it has to be a committee. And small businesses don't have the bandwidth or the money to comply with that, whereas big businesses do, right?
Yeah. How do you suppose we regulate them?
That's like the question, right? Is that the government also sucks and big corporations suck, so what's the solution?
So you'd call for like a complete governmental reform? Would you call for a stronger federal government?
Probably not. No, I think that probably empowering the little against the big through increased competition and entrepreneurialism is probably the best solution.
But so you're still controlling like monopolies and so forth because
most monopolies right now are made possible thanks to the government. So for example, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, they remain vaccine manufacturers because of the government.
Government funding.
And the government pumps tons of money in them through NIH funding and vaccine funding. Same could be said for the biggest food companies. They get huge agricultural subsidies. Big oil companies get big oil subsidies. Yeah, I mean, anyway.
She's mad at me this whole time, but she will
okay,
agree
but
with
I'll summarize this conversation. I think you're coming at this in good spirit. Is that when you increase the paperwork burden and the needless amount of committees and lawyers, regulations, and accountants, it's harder for the next Elon Musk to found Tesla. It's harder for the next entrepreneur to start the next great company because he has to spend all of his time on compliance and not on wealth creation or entrepreneurial activity. Donald Trump wants to liberate the American entrepreneur to not be bogged down by unnecessary rules, regulations, and paperwork, and instead be worried about creating jobs and creating a lot of wealth.
Okay.
All right, who are you voting for?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably Kamala.
Why?
Or I'll just write somebody in, but probably Kamala. It's just my views.
What's her greatest accomplishment?
Kamala's greatest accomplishment? I mean, I don't know. I don't.
No. Can you name a single accomplishment?
I don't follow politics that much, to be honest. I couldn't name Trump's.
But then why Kamala? Because you just like instinctively said Kamala.
Because I'm a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat.
But can you just help me out?
Because I've seen Project 2025. I don't really agree with a lot of this stuff.
Like what?
I mean, dude, what do you want me to say? I told you I'm not a professional on this stuff. Anything?
Yeah, I mean, you're voting for Kamala. I'm curious why.
Should I not vote?
I mean, I think you should vote for Trump, obviously.
Oh. Why should I vote for Trump?
Well, because you'll be wealthier, happier. There won't be World War III. We'll have a border.
Can you tell me why?
Yeah, absolutely. Because for 4 years we saw that people your age were able to own homes, your wages went up. We saw
People
record.
my age. I'm 18. People my 18 years old buying
correct.
homes.
Yeah, a lot of people 18 actually work and don't go to college, believe it or not. I know that's hard to believe.
It's not hard to believe. I have a brother who's a blue-collar worker. He's an electrician.
Okay, so then you understand it. So blue-collar workers saw their wages go up the most under Donald Trump. Younger voters were able to buy homes under Donald Trump. We saw the greatest economy in American history. Donald Trump had peace across the world. We his first president.
But isn't peace with who? I mean,
well, Putin did not invade Ukraine. Israel was not at war with Gaza.
No.
It was the first president in 40 years.
but wouldn't you couldn't
It
you
was the
argue that
first
some of his
president.
policies allowed this to happen?
One second.
I mean,
There's a first
ahead.
president in 40 years where we did
Yeah.
not have a new war, correct? We had new wars under Clinton, new wars under Bush, new wars
Okay.
under Obama, new
Okay.
wars under Biden. But Donald Trump, we had no new wars. Why is that?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Because he was a great president. Because we had
Because
we had peace treaties. Because it was peace through strength. The point is that we don't have to guess about the type of
So
president
are we
Donald Trump
weaker?
is.
Are we weaker with like a democratic leader?
Absolutely.
That's the argument.
Well,
Interesting.
well, think about it. Our dollar is worth less. BRICS is ascendant. Putin invades Ukraine. China is wealthier than ever.
Trump. How many pictures did Trump take with
Well,
Putin?
hold on. This is interesting. So pictures are a bad thing?
Well,
wait, hold
like,
on.
why
Under
is he
O-
so associated with
Interesting.
him?
That's an interesting question. So
Well,
under
okay, I'm glad it
Obama,
is.
Putin takes over Crimea.
Okay.
Under Biden, Putin invades eastern Ukraine. Yet his buddy with Trump, he doesn't take any land of Ukraine. Why is that?
I
Maybe
don't know.
because Donald Trump used diplomacy, and he was able to have Vladimir Putin understand that you take a square inch of Ukraine, we will launch rockets into Moscow.
Would we really do that? Do you think we would have done that under
Vladimir,
Trump?
it doesn't even matter if you think it or not. What we know is the reality is that hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians did not die under Donald Trump's watch. They did die under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Sure. Yeah. I can't argue with that. I mean, I don't.
How many American soldiers died under Trump?
Very few.
How many died under Biden?
A lot, actually.
How many?
13 in one day at the Bagram withdrawal in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Yeah, and not to mention the American hostages killed just the other day.
Where? In
Gaza.
In Gaza?
Yeah, they were American passport holders that were American
Were they
citizens.
like press people?
No, they're American citizens that were at a rock concert, like a rave concert in southern Israel, were kidnapped by
whack.
Gaza. So we are on the verge of World War III. Our dollar is worth less than ever before. It is harder than ever to buy a home. The economy is worse for everyone in this audience than it has been in over 30 years.
You're saying all this stuff, but again, like I came to you about environmental regulations.
No, for sure.
and
But
stuff.
no,
this is.
No, I know, but I just want to go back to. I asked you.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can vote whoever you
I mean,
want
this
to.
is like led to this. I understand that I've contributed to it.
No. It's totally fine. Obviously, I asked you why you'd vote for Kamala. You gave an answer.
Yeah.
And you have
well,
a right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
I mean, I will go home and do research.
Come back and tell me an accomplishment. And
When will you be back next?
I will actually be at the Alabama-Wisconsin game next Saturday. So come
Alabama-Wisconsin.
find me.
We're gonna get.
Yeah. So if you find I'm gonna go Badgers. If
We're losing.
if you find a single
I have a
accomplishment
hat?
of hers, only if you say you're voting for Trump.
I'll take it.
Yeah. This young lady gets a hat. But if you find an accomplishment, come find me. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate the dialogue.
Wait, what if I say I'll vote for Trump?
I don't
Can get
believe
the
you at
hat?
this point. Thank you.